Hi and welcome to MKW Driving School. Another video. In this video, we explain you what we can do. We are ORDIT listed company. We provide instructor training for ADI Part 1, Part 2. We also provide the training for Part 3, and we also provide the training for standard check test. If you fail your one attempt, second attempt in your standard check or Part 3, you can come to us. It does not matter whatever company you're taking the training from. We also do the validation lesson for ADI Part 2. If you struck yourself in lockdown, still no problem. We provide the online training, the Zoom meeting for your Part 3, Part 2 plan and Part 3 plan. You can contact us on our WhatsApp is order 746512115. That's the number. Before we start, if you haven't subscribed my channel, can you please subscribe the video, comment below and click to the bell button for notifications. Now this video is ADI Part 2 practice route for Leeds Harehills. Now we're going to show you the route and we'll show you the good points as well, what to do. This is where we parked up just opposite to the street of Harehills Leeds Driving Test Center. This street is 20 mile. So I got the trainee who came for assessment drive for a little bit validation as well. So we're gonna drive on the one of the good test route for Part 2 Harehills Leeds. We asked him that at the end of the road, can you turn left? So he's going to join the 30-mile road. So first mistake he did it, he stopped very early from the line. So he have to stop on the line. So we have to make sure he know that always stop on the line. Then you get a good visibility for your junction on the right and left. Then we ask him that can you take a right turning into the road after the petrol pump. He was thinking enter his car very early in the hash lines. We also mentioned him there's nobody in the lane, so he should take a little movement to enter into the street. Okay, so we did that right turning. So back on 20-mile zone, very clearly signed. Then there's a possibility the examiner can ask you to pull over here on this street and do your maybe maneuver, which can be the parallel parking. So be ready. In the start of you may be going to do the maneuver. Your test route can start with the sign driving. The test route can start with your sat-nav driving. So be ready for the both ones, and it's not what they can give you. So be ready for anything. So if you park the car, sure you park and park it properly, secure it properly, and when they ask you to move off, then make sure you look around properly and then you move off. So it's going to be a POM routine. So prepare your gear, look all around and then move. Remember, this is a Part 2 test, not a learner test. So whatever you do according to rule and regulation, according to the highway code, and you are an advanced driver, so you don't need to do exactly the way the learner do, which means don't want to waste too much time in move off. So believe your eyes, look on the left, on the right shoulder. If it's clear, move. If no one around you, you don't need to signal, just move. If you think someone going to get benefit from your signal, give the signal and then move. So at this junction, we're going to take a left turn. There are two separate lanes. You make sure you stay in your left lane properly and do proper mirror signal and turn left. The last sign you seen was 20, so there is no new sign, so that means this is also your 20. Now you're going a little bit down the hill. So when you go down the hill, you have to make sure your speed should not increase more than 20. Examiner will like to see that you're doing 22. Again, you are going to do Part 2 test, which is the advanced test, so you don't want to do any mistake. Second, think about you're going to teach someone in the and your student is doing 22 and 23 speed. So that is wrong. You will tell him that it is wrong and you have to make him to come back on 20 or 19. By keeping the factor in the mind that you may be going to increase your speed. If you do have a cruise control, you can see your limit at 20 and just make sure it stay on 20. But at the downhill, there's a chance the speed can go 21 in the cruise control sometime. So make sure you cover your brake to make it exact 20. So this is your advanced test. How you can control your speed exactly on 20, that is also very important. Get the roundabout, we're going to follow the sign for motorway, which is M1. That will be your second exit on your right, ignoring the first small street on the left. So second exit on the right. There is a flashing light. Make sure if no one is crossing, look in advance and keep on moving. Don't need to wait too long for the green light. Entering in a 30-mile zone. Right mirror properly. If you come to this roundabout, make sure you watch the right properly. There are two side people are coming from the right. So watch it properly and go in the left lane, outer circle. You don't have to do the mirror signal here, but do give left mirror, left signal and go straight. Now you're going to see another roundabout. That's your sign under the bridge. You're going to take the first on the left. So start looking in advance. If no one, never stop, keep on moving. Stay to the left side, outer circle. Check the traffic coming from and signal left and take your exit to the left on this road. Last sign you seen is 30, so you don't see new signs. So this is also going to be your 30-mile road. So continue straight ahead on this road. Road will take you to the right bend. So make sure when you go to the bend, your speed need to be nice and slow, lower than 30 miles, and stay inside your proper lane while taking the bend. Also, make sure on the bend you do a good anticipation as what's around the corner. You can see the sharp deviation sign, so make sure you watch it properly where you're going. When you go over humps, you also have to make sure that you should not jump too much over the humps. Think about the car. Again, you are an advanced driver or you're going to give your advanced test, so you have to think about using your control in a very smooth way. You also have to think about the wear and tear of your car. Now we're going to keep moving on this road. Then when this road is about to finish, you will see bend sign to the left. Then you will follow the bend. So make sure is a bend, so you don't need to give signal left. You will see some signs as well almost near the bridge. I want you to focus on the sign when you drive. See the sign picture. So when you go on the bend, make sure if someone coming from the right and they're not stopping for you or something. So make sure you have good attention to the junction. Okay, after this bend you will see the mini roundabout, so keep going straight, watch in advance. If no one coming from the right, stay in the left lane and continue straight without any hesitation. Now you're going to see another sign, motorway M1 and also A1. So you're going to keep to the left side, see the sign on the left, and you will going to join the dual carriageway on the left. When you join this dual carriageway, this is a 40-mile sign. It is controlled by the traffic light. So this slip road controlled by the traffic light. So if the light red, you wait. When the light green, you go. And make sure you stop on the line, not too early the line. If you standing on the left lane, you will join left lane. If you're standing on the right lane, you join in the right lane. That way you should worried about the traffic coming from the other side, so be careful for that one. So when the light go green and you join, technically there should be nobody coming from the right, but it's still good. Just do a little quick glance while you move off to see what's going on. Plus maybe the car on your right hand side maybe suddenly come back to the left lane the way he did it. So pay attention to everyone near to your car. So always keep looking to your surround. This is what you're going to do after you pass your part 2 and you become your training instructor or full license instructor. So you have to keep the action notice of your student. Now you're going to see some roundabouts on this road with the dual carriageway. So we're going straight ahead on all the roundabouts. following the sign for motorway. In this video you will see me explaining things training as well. As I said, it was not a mock test, it was validation, it was also a little assessment, and he want to see the routes so he can build up some confidence, he can build up some practice as well. So all the roundabouts we are going straight up till to the motorway. If you're left lane, you don't have to give signal, you can continue without the signal straight because there was no exit on the left side. So keep watching your mirrors, make you should see what's coming up ahead. Pick the information early as possible you can. Watch the sign, read the board properly and see how many exits. Going towards the motorway, second exit is a sharp deviation sign, so you use your speed early before you approach. Look on the right and keep moving. If no one, because you do have a exit on the left, then it's better you do mirror signal before you exit. Pick up the new signs if you do have any. Now, if your left lane is empty, you're going to drive in the left lane. If left lane is not empty and is driving slow in the left lane, then you can go in the right lane to make a good progress. But this road is 40 and other drivers are driving a little bit faster, so make sure you stay on 40 on this dual carriageway until you see the new signs. Watch out the new signs. Pick up the color schemes. That is one big thing you should be looking on. Is any big colors you can see, blue, green, white. So that's how you pick up the board early as possible you can and get your habit to start reading board properly. Even you doing the sat nav driving, don't forget to read the board properly. Okay, so same thing, watch on the right before you move, stay in the left lane about here, mirror signal left, and then you join the road. And if no one is there who's going to get the benefit from your signal, you are alone on the road, you can go without the signal. Now this is 50, so previous it was a 40-mile dual carriageway, now is a 50-mile dual carriageway. So make sure don't miss the sign and don't keep driving on 40, which there is a possibility some miss the sign and they kept on driving 40, which means they're driving slow, and slow driving without a reason, it can be a serious mistake in a part 2 that you are not making a good progress. Now one more time, signboards. We are going left, first exit towards the motorway. Watch the road marking M1 on the floor towards north. This is a left only lane, so you don't need to give signal to the left side for turn left. See the sign again is 40, but remember you joining the motorway, so motorway is not 40. Okay, blue sign, so you are on 70. 40 was if you go different direction on the roundabout different exit, then is 40. So you have to build up your speed on a slip road before you join the motorway. So dual carriageway and motorway, your speed be about exact 70, and if your lane is not empty and there are trailers, AGVs or other slow moving vehicles, someone towing the car, so make sure you don't need to stay in the left lane, you drive into the right lane, overtake them, and when it's safe you go back in your left lane. So we're going to join the slip road. Make sure you give the good mirror signal in a good time, but it's a solid line, allowed to cross it, wait for the broken line, then do a quick glance on the right before emerging, but make sure you keep watching the mirror early at a very good time, so pick up the information what's there. So sometimes it can be a smart motorway. Make sure you're looking on the top head to watch all the signs on the motorway to do this one. Now as you can see, I have to make sure he's keeping his a good lane, and I'll have to explain him that how he can keep in the center of the line. He was a bit shaking in the lines, so make sure drive very center of the lines. Now it was just assessment, not confident driver to drive on the motorway. He was not very experienced on the motorway, so he hit the car in the left lane. But remember, in your part 2 practice, you stay in the left lane when left lane is empty, and you can make E70 mile and you can continue in the left lane. Otherwise, if anything in front of you, by the good observation early as possible, anticipation early as possible, then you move your car into the middle lane after doing a proper mirror signal, walk it properly and make a good progress, but only 70, and once you go back in a left lane. Now, second important thing when you come to the motor, if the examiner is not asking you to use the cruise control, you should be thinking about using cruise control, because if you're driving 70 miles straight ahead, it's very good if you drive eco safely. So your car is fitted with the cruise control, set it on 70 and drive with control. Watch all the signs coming on the top. Whenever the junctions, make sure if anyone trying to cut you and going to the left suddenly from the back. So watch the other driver's behavior, watch their driving with positions. Left lane sometime make you slow down. So remember, you have to drive on 70 on the motorway as confident driver. You are an advanced driver. Left lane not going to let you make a good progress, so make sure you make a good progress up till 70. If you notice, everyone is overtaking us from the right hand side but did not overtake anybody on yet. So maybe we are driving slow. Okay, so again, as I said, these people went to the motorway with me for the first time as an assessment to see how kind of driving he need to expect in this part 2. So we was some validation, some teaching, some assessment. So that is why he was in the left lane. Otherwise, if I'm going to somebody a mock test and he's not making a progress good enough on a way without any reason, then it counts as a serious mistake. So make sure do it properly whenever you do it. Then always keep the other factors in mind. The one of the main factor you need to keep in mind is your following distance. So don't drive too close to somebody on a motorway, and also keep an eye at the back mirror to see if anyone driving close to you behind you. Also think about the good weather, 2-second gap, bad weather, rain, 4-second gap, ice and snow, 10-second gap. When you're thinking about the gap, you also need to think about the braking. You are driving very fast. So what time you should be start doing your brakes if you see something? What about if the sign on the motorway show you that red crosses? Then think about need to drive in that lane or not. If any information about the incident or any information about the accident, then which lane you should be in and what time is the best time to change in. So you have to think all these things. There will be an exit we're gonna take soon to the left. So remember the counter 3, 2, 1. When the counter start, make sure you are in your good lane in a good time, and you should be giving the signal in a good time for your exit. And when you go to the slip road, also remember that you should not be driving very fast to the slip road. What you're going to expect in the slip road is going to be a roundabout. So imagine yourself into the roundabout in a 70 mile speed. So soon the broken line start, you need to be follow the arrow as they mention you, proper mirror signal, you come into the left lane. Now you should not be on 70 speed now. Reduce your speed as opposed to the hazard, which is a roundabout picture on your left, so make sure you don't approach fast. We're going left, first exit from this roundabout. Now start looking your mirrors, do your brake. See, he was almost near the double solid line, so make sure very center of the lines. 40 mile speed limit. Look on the right. If you see someone, wait. If you don't see, keep on moving, stay in the left lane, and if your signal cancel, give it in, mirror signal left, and you take this left turn. Now what was the last speed limit you see? Mile. One more time reminder. So keep driving on a 40 miles. There is no motorway now. So think about the single carriageway. How you should be driving on a single carriage. What kind of problems and hazard you will watch on a single carriageway. Are we allowed to overtake or we are not allowed to overtake? Like you see the arrows on the floor, so they are reminding you that this is not a good time to overtake someone. So for example, if you see someone here at that point and you see the arrow and you're thinking about overtake. So start the solid line on your right is double, right? So think about all these things. Which person have the solid line? Is the solid line on your side? What about this yellow lining? Why are they making me attentive of my speed on approaching to the exit and bend? Why there's a slow sign and double bend sign on the floor? Why is sharp deviation sign on there? What this guy is doing to overtake the cyclist? Everything you see on the road, you need to notice it and show driving that I am aware of every single thing on my front of the car. So continue straight ahead on this road. A short time, then I'm going to direct you to take a left turn in one of the street. The signboard will be there, so it's easy sometimes to see the sign, but sometimes it's easy to miss. So can you see the signs pointing you the junction is coming, something a little bit before the bridge, and we're going to take a left turning. Now very important thing, signal left, soon the broken line start, you take a left turn, but don't forget the speed limit is 60. Can you sign 60 national speed limit? So it's not 40 anymore. So straight away, if possible, make the progress and drive on 60. If it's empty and clear, drive on 60. Now there is a chance that if it's very empty and clear road, they can ask you to pull up on the right side on this road and reverse the car back 2 car length spaces. Yes, it is a 60-mile road, but we have seen examiner doing this on this road with a PDS. So make sure, if they do ask you, hesitate, do it. Now you're going to approach to the town soon, so speed will reduce. Can you see the yellow lines? So this is also the very good place where they can ask you to pull up on the left side in a parking slot. And again, if it's very nice, clear and empty, you can maybe going to ask to have parallel park with the car in front of you on this road. Did you notice when we are trainee to come to the left lane into this parking slot and behind the car leave the good space to move off, he used the hash lines to come over. You need to come on the hash line when everything is empty and you got a broken line, so there's no point to use hash lines. Now this is a very good spot when ask you to do some moving and stopping. You maybe can do the parallel parking with the car in front of you. They maybe can ask you to pull up on the right hand side of the road and reverse the car for 2 car length back and move again. So be remember, this is a good place for them to ask you to do the maneuver. So he did some mistakes, so take it as an opportunity to stop and we discuss some mistakes and tell him what he should be doing further and what kind of route he's going to see with me next, because there's no more way after that. It's just going to be a country lanes, single carriageways, dual carriageways. So after the discussion, then we're gonna get ready and moving again. What we're going to do, we're gonna stay in this one that we enter into the town at the port. When you enter the town, can you see the yellow color? So it's 30. Yeah. In that 30, you will move again. Okay. Okay, time to get ready and move off. Remember the opening may be for 50 miles speed. When you go, you must go fast. Now, don't need to be fast car because we are in 30 miles. Now soon you're going into the residential area, so make sure you watch the new speed limit. Now that's your 30 mile speed limit and now for a long time it can stay 30 miles, so be sure you don't go more than 30 miles speed, and some places you need to drive something less than 30 at a average speed. Wherever you slow sign, make sure you look for the hazard like the horses on the front, look for the pins, park cars, and give your cars a good clearance. If you drive at any point closer to any parked cars, they're going to be a serious mistake clearance. So you need to have a good bent of clearance.
Slow down, we're going to take the next road on the left. Maintain the color. This road speed limit what? What about this one? But turn near the corner. They don't say anything. No, the last one was 30. Wait a minute. The last was 30 and they didn't say anything then. It is also 30.
So watch out for the hazards, especially the pedestrians. Think about buses, as you can see the bus stop. Watch out the junctions. Think bends, blind spot, corners. Think about position. In your lane, think about the weather conditions and make sure if no one on the front, then you stay liberal right. Did you notice the new speed limit sign is changed to 60 now? Again, national speed limit. But if you see it going to be a bend soon, there's no need to make a good progress now because you're going to reduce it again. So, forward planning, anticipation, awareness and planning. You must need to look forward as much possible. Look to the last minute point on the country lane. Think about the cone of the bend. See and pick any information, any hazard, any color. When you come to the country lane, it is going to spot the cyclist on the right. If you can see the cycle on the right, you may see the cycle on the left as well in front of you. If you do see the cyclist, then what you're going to do? So start thinking about the overtaking. But only do this if you know this is convenient and necessary. And do your proper MSPS routine before you start overtaking. Think about all the safety elements. Think about the weather conditions. So wherever is possible is 60-mile road, so you drive on 60 miles as an advanced driver, and it's where you cannot do it. So you must have to show the good progress you can able to make it, and if it's safe for you to do so.
Give them good space. No, before that. Slow down. No, before that. It's safe, legal and necessary to overtake.
When you spot the cyclist, you should be checking your mirror and think about if you're approaching the bend also. Is it going to be very safe for you to start overtaking somebody on the bend? What someone coming from the other side of the road? What about one coming from the dip? So if you notice, it was not very clearly to overtake, but as it managed, so sometimes it depends on the time and location of your action to decide it is a serious mistake or it is a minor mistake. But if you do put yourself or any other driver or any other passenger in danger at any time while you're driving in rest or any other times, it is counted as a serious mistake. Watch out for the signs for double bend. Reduce your speed if you're driving exactly 60, but do it before you enter the bend, not when you are on the bend. They don't like to see too much braking while you're taking the bend. So you adjust your speed before you start the bend. Now look ahead. If you can notice some housing on the right hand side coming up, So when you see their housing is going to come, which means the housing estate, you think about speed change maybe soon now. So get ready, get ready to pick up informations about the speed. Check the speed limit now. Entering back in a 30-mile zone. If you see one pedestrian, you maybe expect some more pedestrians on the road. See the bus stop, you maybe see some bus on this route. Then start thinking about, if I see the bus, should I need to overtake them? Is it safe for me to overtake? Should I wait in the bus? How much distance I should be giving to the bus? Do I need to block my vision behind the bus? Okay, so start thinking well ahead. Think in advance as much you can. Advanced driving is actually the mind process. How your mind processes information. How early your mind pick the information. How sharp your eyes and how much training you have to find the information early as possible road. By picking the road sign, road markings, color scheme, the board signs, or anything which think is a hazard. If you see the speed breaker, you don't need to do a lot of progress on these roads. It's kind of a hint for you that this is not a safe place to drive exactly on 30 miles. Now this road is bending to the left, so don't need to ask anyone where you need to go. Just the road to the bend. Watch the pedestrians with the dog on the right. If they start walking, be careful. Watch for other road signs or the road marking, any other hazards you can see on the road.
This is letting you go, then you go. Now you gave him a wrong hint by stopping, okay? Who have the card? Who have the priority?
You got a double yellow line, so make sure whenever you got double yellow lines, we are not allowed to stop the car there to park up. The examiner asks you to pull up somewhere safe. Wait for the double lines to finish before you pull up. Now think about the meeting traffic. Sometimes you get the bad scenes on meeting traffic. At one point, trainee supposed to be keep moving in the left lane because that was empty and the car was already stopped for him. Then he stopped the car and let them go for no reason. So think about your action impact at the cars back of you. So assess gap, assess the situation of meeting traffic. Again, do awareness plan, anticipation, what you see on the road, and don't invite someone to go first. Stay as your rule and regulations and keep on moving. That's how you get the minor mistake if you don't follow the rules and your mind is not processing the system of driving as the national standard. Now back on a 40-mile road, because there's no houses, so they give you a little bit stretch of fast driving to drive. Think about the bends, corners. Think about the water on the left. Don't put your tires too much on the water. Don't go into potholes. You can stay near the line on the right if it's all empty and clear from the front and back. So you don't need to be too much on the left. More you stay a little bit to the right, you get good vision as well on the bend. So that's the important thing, that you stay in a position where you get the good vision for the road ahead.
The tires only can do the good brakes when they are on the tarmac. That's where you get the grip of your tire.
Again, watch out for the warning sign, the 40 speed one more time. Even there is a houses, they give 40, so you need to be more careful this place if someone reversing back their car from the one of the house, so be careful. Check the slow sign on the floor, what you expect, why they're giving you low. Slow means slow, low, observation, warning. It does not slow down. SLOW. Slow, low, observation, warning. So warning for what? Maybe something is coming in front of you soon, so be ready. But if your car is already slow, so you maybe don't need to do anything when you read this sign. Many people say this is slow, so this is not slowed down. If they want you to slow down, they will say slow down with the triangle signs. Okay, so it's slow, low, observation, warning. Okay, the yellow stripes as well, giving you to watch your speed. You entering in residential area. Can you see the houses again? So watch your speed back to 30 miles. Do 30 before you enter 30. If your speed is above 30 and you enter 30, that will be again mistake. So watch out for your speed. Reduce your speed in advance.
Whenever you're taking your car into the mud and water,
When you go from the fast speed road into the small speed road, sometimes you get that yellow background as well to attract you for change of speed. So scheme should attract you for the signboards. Boards come with different colors, so make sure you watch the colors like yellow, red, brown, blue, green, white. Look for the road marking: white color, yellow color, red color, green color. About the meeting traffic properly, watch out the parked cars, you anticipate from the parked cars, look for the road ahead again, pick up as much information like a stationary cars on the left, start checking your mirrors in a good time, start thinking about the position in a good time. Okay, so that was a quick break. We had it from his driving, so it's just like we had to pull up on the left side. What we was telling him that once you start give the mirror signal to pull up on the left, then don't keep on driving. First spot where you want to park up, where you want to stop the car, like safe, convenient and legal place for you to stop. Soon you figure out I want to stop at that point. Then when you get about there, check your mirror signal, come to the position near the curve, do a little brake and stop and secure. Then there's no need to keep on driving. You always drive 1 meter away from the curve. So once you come closer to the curve, you only close to the curve to park the car, not to drive. So don't drive once you're near the curve. Once you stop, don't move without checking. Okay, so one more time, we're gonna ready to move off. Good blind spot check. Now he checked the right one first and then he looked on the left one. It should be opposite. Look the left one first, then look on the right, final check and go. As you're moving on the right hand side, so whichever side you're moving off, you check side in the last. Watch out just for the bend, follow the road to the bend, to the right. Regular mirror checks, see all the triangle pictures, warning for the horse, children, see the children sign, then you see the school sign. You got a zigzag line for the school, but we was in a different day, so it was not worried to school that time. But what if there's any activities going on in a school? So still be careful. Watch before you overtake any parked cars. If the bins are out, what you should be expecting? Maybe some is they have a bin collection day, so maybe the bin collection lorry will be there. Okay, so pick these kind of hints on the road. Okay, triangle sign getting narrow on one side, so pick all the clues on the road, all the tips on the road. Increase your vision, watch the pedestrian, watch the triangles, pick up the warnings, ready, prepare your mind. What if I see the horse? What if I see the horses? What if the horse will be there? How I'm going to approach the horse? I got the horse warning sign twice. What if there is a how I should be approaching near the animal? Should I need to give rave near how I will take them? Back to national speed limit sign. Now this is the little here. You got your national speed limit sign and straight away you got a junction. So again, there is no need to make a too much progress where you have hard brake to stop on a junction. Now we're going to take a left turn. It's a 40-mile sign. So this national speed limit sign for just a short time there is much need. Now look on the left is a temporary 30-mile speed because of construction. Road is narrow from both sides. The temporary signs on the floor. This is 30 road, so cannot drive more than 30 because of this construction. Now they rubbed the old lines, but you can see the faded lines. So ignore the old lines and follow the new lines, or you can say more bright lines, to make your lane discipline. Drive only 30. Can you see the student is driving more than 30? Can you check his speed? 34, 33. Now you have to reduce his speed back to 30. So that's another serious mistake. If you do this kind of thing, serious mistake.
with a minimum at maybe try straight or hard one. No, 40 start from here. You already start doing
40 start from now.
You need to be maintaining your 30. Wait for the sign and then
You're just gonna stay in left lane, keep going straight to the traffic lights.
nothing. You always go straight. Okay. And you participate too much. Get back straight away. You get like this. Heartbeat stay very fast. So if someone go karting on front, go karting I think. Yeah, go karting on front.
Just small road.
Yeah.
No signals, nothing, no road.
Soon you're going to approach to the roundabout. We're going to take the second exit and going straight to the roundabout.
You can stay left lane.
You're going to stay in the left lane at the
Now I want you to go straight.
at the time because it's showing straight, but the left lane is going to go left only after the signboard. So make sure you need to stay in the right lane. Right going straight and right. As you're going straight, signal to go straight to the roundabout, national speed limit sign. But if you go left, then
Look on the right in advance.
if you're going straight, there's not going to be a national speed limit sign. So watch on the right properly before you move off.
Not on the lines, okay? A mirror signal on the left. Stay in the left lane, but not on the line.
Mirror signal left, stay in the left lane. One more roundabout, 30 mile speed.
The roundabout.
Turning left again.
Watch on the right.
No need a signal because the left only. Watch on the right early. Keep moving, it's clear.
Now you can carry.
Then continue straight on this road.
You know when you stay in the left, you still give too much space sometimes in the left. Okay? Make sure always watch what space you give. Sometimes you have one full meter, sometimes not full meter. Depending on the type of the road, size of the road, and situation of it. Okay? Not
Then we're gonna take a right turning on the next road
sometimes you
on right.
stay there. Okay?
This is all 30 mile zone.
You're going to take a right turning into the next road, please.
Okay, that's the street. We're gonna take a right turn. So main thing on this street that you make sure don't cross the center line. So when he stopped little bit tilt, and his front tire is already crossed the line for the front. So he disturbed the oncoming cars and he also disturbed the car coming from the back. So that's a repeat. Okay, so this is a serious mistake of right turn position. You need to stop straight by the center line. To cross the center line, the cars coming from front should not be facing any trouble because of your position. What if the lorry is coming from the front? What if the bus is from the front? They maybe don't have enough room. What if someone park on their side and they need to a little bit move over? Then you're already in the middle of the road. They maybe have to stop the car and let go first. So that means you cause somebody a problem.
You're waiting, you wait.
So always think about the rule and regulation and think about advanced driving.
Tire was already
Think out of the box. You are not learner. You're going to teach learners. So think that way. You need to be more advanced than learner to teach somebody. Okay. So we're gonna ask him to pull up again. So saying he came on the hash lines. So don't need to come on the hash lines. If everything is ready, there's no point to come on the hash lines. So mirror signal left and stop. So he didn't understand what was telling him that where he should be keeping his car on the white line. He didn't understand his mistake. So what I have done, I have taken the picture out and to show him the picture to make a good understanding that why he need to move the car next time straight on the road, not in front of somebody. Because every right turning is quite different. When you do right turning to the traffic light cross road, you need different positions. Sometimes you have different lanes. Sometimes you have no road marking. Sometimes you have to do it side to net side. Sometimes you have to do offside to offside. Some you don't need to wait there because there is no one coming from the front. you are not going to cross somebody apart, so there is no point to stop the car there.
No car was more
Okay, so
in that shape.
every right turning is quite difficult, okay, and can be quite different as well. So you need to see the layout on the road, especially the road signs and road marking, and you do it according to the structure.
Coming down the hill, 30-mile road.
Okay, when he say gonna move off, so what was that time? It was a downhill, and cars are coming from the back was rolling down very fast, and road speed is 30, but there was more than 30. So we have to make sure when it's clear and safe, it should not making anybody disturb. That's the only time we should move off. Okay, so think about that way as well. If you moving off downhill or uphill, the gap you need from the other cars from your behind should be double than normal. That is the highway code, so you must show these kind of skills to your examiner in your driving test.
Worried about rolling back.
Examiner not going to ask you any question about the rule and regulation, but they like to see whatever you're doing on the road. So that's important. Whatever you do is important.
You want to show like up here and all.
Yeah, sometimes we do. I like to see the one.
Again, 30-mile road, so continue straight ahead on this road. Imagine if they did not done any maneuver with you before. This is also the place they can do it. They can ask you to pull up on the right hand side and reverse the car back and move when you're ready again. That maneuver can be done on this road as well.
I think you don't like this.
Plus there.
Soon you're going to approach to the roundabout, and we're going to go straight to the roundabout, second exit. So when you go to that roundabout, make sure you approach slow, and when you travel into the roundabout, travel in outer lane, outer circle.
Scene. Yeah. So they just do that scene, not the whole. Tonight they don't show you how to get it. You cannot drive. Yes, if you taking it behind the lorry. Now we're approaching to the roundabout. Can we go straight?
There is no diagram for the roundabout. There is no triangle warning for the roundabout, but you will see this black and white stripe and blue. Because of the car, you can move to the little center, but when it's clear, check mirrors to the left before you do the steering to the left. Proper signal. You can see the crack center of the roundabout. Don't keep too much right steering, otherwise you'll be out of the line. So that's what he did. So left from here. Then we straight, and at the end of the road we do the right turn. We'll do the right turning. There will be a roundabout, and there is a warning for that in advance. So watch on the left properly.
They are reference for you maintaining your life. That's what is by purpose. Okay. End of the road, you take a right turn, please.
So when you stop here, make sure you do proper signal and you watch properly right and left in advance. And if there is no one coming right and left, there is no need to stop. Okay. So that's another important thing about the closed and open junction.
After we go look around the hill. And now can you take a right turn into the next roundabout, please?
Then you're approaching to another roundabout. We're going to take a right turning. We're going to do mirror signal to the right and keep moving if no one. And after, make sure you check always your mirrors. Then we're going ahead, and you will see another roundabout. We're going to take the third exit on the right, or sometimes they call it cross the roundabout, third exit. So whatever the information you was receiving, just do it accordingly.
So which side of the steering you thinking of doing?
Meeting traffic situation, so watch out for meeting traffic situation. Be double-minded about where to stop on a meeting traffic. Watch the information early as possible.
About third exit.
There should be no hesitation in your driving. So if they say cross the roundabout, third exit, then you can stay in the lane without signal, use the outer circle and do it this way. If they say take third exit on the right, then you can do the right mirror signal, stay in the inside circle, and after second exit you can move back to the left lane by checking your blind spot. So it depends. Okay, entering in 20 mile speed. Then you're going to see another roundabout soon, but before the roundabout you have this little car park on your left. They make in there to do your bay parking for your maneuver, which is a possibility. You get 3 tell me question in the start of the test, and you get 2 show me question in the middle of the test. Operator cruise control, it is also one of the show me question. Okay, we're turning left road, first exit from the roundabout. So maybe examiner is going to ask you to show me how you operate your cruise control and tell me why you use it, and also tell me when it's done. So that can be the show me question. If your car is fitted with if your car is fitted with cruise control, make sure to use it. Drive eco safely throughout the test. Wherever you think you need to be in the cruise control mode, do it. Don't go above the speed limits, even the exam say you to do it or not. It is also very good habit if you do your test a commentary drive. It's better to speak and do your test. So commentary drive you can do this way. I'm approaching to the roundabout, I'm going straight, second exit, I need to check my mirrors, cover my brakes, start looking on my right. If no one, I'm gonna keep moving, and I don't need to signal in the start. I will watch my back and right while moving. I will stay in outer circle, paying attention to everyone, and before exiting after the number 1, I will check my left sides properly, left mirror properly, and then I will look all around my mirrors and I will enter in my lane. I'm entering in a 20 mile zone, 30 mile zone. Then you watch for the speed, which is 30 this time. Then you say, oh, got a car, I need to be careful for the hazards. I got a pedestrian walking towards me on the road. I'm going to cover my, I'm going to check my mirror. So just talk as much you to talk with yourself to keep your mind engaged on the road ahead, to pick up the informations on the road. Excuse me. Now this is the 20 mile zone. You're approaching to the traffic light. We're going to turn left from the traffic light. So this is almost a complete route of 1 hour for part 2 test, PDI part 2 test or PDI part 2 test. You are welcome to me to do your training directly from me, or if you already part 2 with the different companies, you can come back for your mock test, you can come back to the correction lesson, validation lesson, or any other reason. Okay, if you want to do your advanced test, advanced driving in Harehills, I'm available to teach you that. I'm also ROSPA qualified as well, so I can teach you ROSPA if you want to take the ROSPA test, which is an advanced test. We're heading back to the test center. We're going to get to the traffic light. It was 20, then changed to 30, and we're going to take the left turning into the street where we're going to end up this drive. You got my number, which is 07746512115. My website is mqwdrivingschool.uk. You can go to the audit section to book part 2 training, part 3 training, online training, part 3 standard check. We can help you to make a lesson plan. And also remember, there is no guarantee you get a fixed route in your driving test. Your driving test route can be any route. The nature of test route will be something like this, the way I show you, where you get the motorway if they have any. There's a possibility. Then you get single carriageway, you got a dual carriageway, you got country lanes, and you 20 roads, 30 roads, 2 maneuvers, 3 tell me question, 2 show me question, advanced driving where you have to prove your skills to the examiner. You have to drive according to the code, and driving essential book provided by the DVSA. The another important thing you need to be considered is national standard of rider and drivers. All these information are available online at government website. You also have informations on the government website the guidance of your drive test given to the examiner how to conduct your test. Examiner will be looking for your conducting your test for the part 2, part 3 standard check. So make sure you also reading that information on. This is all free to find on government website. Okay, I think we just having a little discussion. Got to cancel this sat-nav recording, and we was a little bit messing up with the recording, so it was taking a little time to switch off and save it. So make sure we can use it next time properly. If you have any question, just send me a comment. Thank you for watching, and please don't forget to subscribe my channel, and you can book online